This is what I like about Bhad Bhabie. First of all, she's a fucking angel. Second of all, she goes to the bank with like $1 million check. Sometimes, right? And like she'll notice when she walks into the bank that there's a huge line at the bank inside, but there's like no cars in the drive-thru. So what she tends to do is she'll holler at the teller, "Cash me outside. How about that?"
Does she actually do that? I wouldn't be surprised.
She does.
How desperate some people are to put out content. I would not be surprised if she did that. She's over it completely.
I don't know if she's over it.
She was like, I capitalized on it as much as I needed to.
She does not like fucking Dr. Phil because Dr. Phil, first of all, is a scumbag.
Yeah, I mean, he just fucking exploits mentally ill kids
and
shit like that.
No, he sends them to little rape camps. You know, my friend went to one of those camps that Bhad Bhabie went to when he was a kid, and I heard all about them. These places, they had a whole 21 Jump Street episode. You're a fucking doctor, and you don't know not to send somebody to those places? Like, you don't give your kid over to... Because what they do, those camps are specifically to outsource child abuse to parents who don't want to go to jail for hitting their kids.
A lot of those places, like, kids ride horses and shit. They're not... No, I never really...
Oh, she was so sweet.
I never really thought about that. Like... How fucked a lot of those places.
So Dr. Phil's being sued right now, and Bhad Bhabie was like, "Oh yeah, this woman that's telling the story, I could totally verify everything that she's saying.
Yeah,
we were forced to do sleep deprivation. We were hit, we were starved, we had to do labor in cold weather, and there's no point to that. I mean, they people learn nothing from that." It's just you're just recreating prison, so you're just causing PTSD for a bunch of kids.
If you treat somebody like an animal, they're gonna
act like an animal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, her Bhad Bhabie's problem was her mother. The reason she was on Dr. Phil is because her fucking mother hit her.
Well, dude, I think in watching that shit, anybody with a half operating brain could see like this. Most of those things on Dr. Phil, where the kid is rambunctious, you can just see this kid's parents.
Yeah, are shitty.
Fucking suck.
Yeah, exactly. And her mother fucking admitted she hit her.
Have you ever seen that video? Bhad Bhabie put out a video. Catch me outside,
David Spade?
Girl. No, it's like she walks up to her mom. She has like this little thing of paperwork. She goes, "You see this?" She was like, "This is the mortgage of the house. I just paid it off. You're welcome, bitch." And she was like, "Yeah, that's right. I just bought my mom's house."
Bought my mom's house.
She paid for her mom's house for her, and she was like kind of doing it subtly and talking shit.
Yeah, like Jesse Pinkman. Except I think she's still like they still have a relationship. But
exactly. But it's still hilarious to take that route.
Yeah,
like, boom, bitch, I bought your house.
But dude, and she also has a $1.7 million grant for children. For kids who want to go to school.
Yeah, I know that she's been philanthropic with her money as well.
She's a baller.
Which I think she may have done because she like made all that money on OnlyFans, and then people were like, "There's not even penetration." You know what I mean? She was like, "I got to do something to make up all this money I made."
I've never checked out her OnlyFans, but
I haven't either. That's just what I heard.
I have seen Miley Cyrus naked because she's free, and she was on the Joe Rogan podcast, and he didn't give her any shit about getting buck naked for free. All right, here, I'll just play this real quick. This is Dr. Phil's defense. I love this clip thing.
Well, she went to Turnabout 4 or 5 years ago, and if she had a bad experience, obviously I would hate that. We'd be sorry about that, but we don't have anything to do with what happens with guests once they leave the stage. I mean, that's between the guardian and the parent and whatever facility they go to. So we're not involved in that. We don't have any.
This lying motherfucker. He's a lying motherfucker, and you'll hear this contradiction in this Joe Rogan appearance. And real quick, this is the noise that we play now for any mention of Joe Rogan's name. The fuck? Okay.
It's the almighty Lord Rogies. He didn't want you to shit on him.
Yeah, if you see him at a comedy club, that's the noise you make. Under your breath as he's passing by, just go. Okay.
All right. Let's listen to another white man contradict himself.
Yep. Out of all the years you've been doing your show and all the years you've been giving advice, how did this Catch Me Outside girl? How did this happen?
Oh God.
Her name is Bhad Bhabie. It's spelled phonetically.
Out of all the different shows, out of all the different shows, you made a monster.
I know. I mean, it's my moment of infamy.
There's genuine disappointment that he failed, as if he had failed. This woman is a multi-millionaire, a happy, happy lady. Okay, I just want to point that out. He just seems genuinely disappointed that she succeeded in life.
What I want to know is how many people do you think learned about Dr. Phil through this?
Yeah, dude, she said that when she went back on the show and she dissed him to his face, and on her second visit, and she goes, two people made you, Oprah and me, because she's right. Dude.
I don't know if he gained that many people that know.
But
about
that
him,
generation.
Exactly. Dr. Phil's name will live on.
Yes, as a meme through Bhad Bhabie.
Yeah. Because
he's a fucking joke. Like Dr. Oz, Dr. Phil let his license expire. So he was technically a licensed psychotherapist. Unfortunately, when he pulls the kind of shit like he did with Bhad Bhabie, or Dr. Oz tries to diagnose cancer with astrological signs, you tend to get investigated for those things. And Dr. Phil does not want to get investigated, so he let his license expire.
Honestly, it's not.
He kept the name, even though his show he's pretty much just Jerry Springer with doctor in front of his name.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was common with most TV and media doctors if they did that.
Well, it limits what they can say.
Oh, does it?
And you can't get away. You can't be a doctor and send an outsourced child abuse to strangers in Colorado.
Exactly. That's. I mean, just. Yeah, exactly. It's just hey, we can have a way for in case you say something, people can't sue you.
Yeah, exactly.
For having a little.
He
slip.
is liable for that because he says in this video that he sent her there. And he also has links to, I think it's on his website. The camp is on his website.
Oh, well, in all of those videos when they do that, they, plug the camp. They give them, an ad. I've seen one where they, showed literally, an ad. If you went to the website, it would play this video.
Yeah, I mean, it's based on dumb ideas of rearing kids.
And the whole thing
that
about
have been
that
debunked.
was,
Tough love has been debunked.
Taking care of horses at that one. And
but that's not really why they're there.
Oh, no. Yeah, I mean, they may get to.
They're there to get the shit kicked out of them.
Yeah, and just at least provide these people with free labor.
Because if I hit my kids, I go to jail. If some stranger hits my kids, I didn't know anything about it. They told me something else.
Did teachers hit kids when you were in school? Was that still a thing?
In Pennsylvania, but I mean,
did you ever see a kid get smacked by a teacher?
Oh, yeah, I did. Not in the legal kind. In the third grade, I saw a teacher. There was a teacher who was physically abusive to students. She smacked I saw her smack a fucking kid right off a chair. There was another girl in that class who used to get so scared in that class, she'd fucking stand up out of her seat, and there'd be a big old puddle of pee on the chair. And I still think it's that teacher's fault.
Yeah, no, that's terrifying.
Yes. It is. She was a terrifying, horrible woman.
Especially if that girl lived in an abusive home and just going to that. And, oh, man. That would be exhausting. All right. I'm going to keep going with this?
Yeah.
Seriously, this girl comes home with her mother, and her mother actually brings her on, of course, and she's a train wreck, and we work with her, and we send her to this ranch for 4 months, right?
Boom! We send her.
She goes for a long time, and
I hope he goes to
makes
fucking
a
prison.
complete turnaround. Does a great job. They say she's become a leader.
Dude, she was at that camp right in bars.
Dude, she's lucky she didn't go to that camp when those titties fucked before those titties. She went to that camp before
I
those
would've made
titties
those-
fully bloomed.
I would have made those push-ups a lot harder. All right.
She's working with all these girls, doing a great job. And then she graduates, and I remember this
Graduates.
last shot when we do this piece at the ranch. She jumps up on this fence and is smiling and everything and waving and all.
Yeah, Bhad Bhabie said she was playing to get out of there. So
Yeah, I would say, like, it just sounds like she was excited to leave this place that she was being
he's a
abused at.
psychologist. He should know that. But go on. This is. You just hear this lying motherfucker some more. When is Oprah Winfrey took down Dr. Oz? When is Oprah gonna take down Dr. Phil? That's what I want to know. Oprah.
Well, Oprah's
You
not.
know he does not. He believes that you can't legislate equality, because some people are just born inferior. You know what that means, Oprah? He's saying it to Joe Rogan. Ooh, he's a transphobe.
He also thinks that people with bigger heads are smarter.
Are you serious? Oh, okay. That'd be awesome. That'd be great if he
Just
had
like
that.
horses are the smartest.
No, that's Dr. Raj you're thinking of. He's friends with Ben Shapiro. He's friends with Matt Walsh. He's friends with Joe Rogan.
Good, dude,
Meow, Joe
saying
Rogan.
that she graduated is kind of funny.
Graduated, like she went to Harvard.
Well, was it like a school supplement?
No,
Like, no.
It's just a
Okay.
boot camp for kids,
That's what I figured.
for troubled kids.
Like, yeah, it was 4 months, so it was.
They just sort of
it was like a summer
They
camp.
sort of replicate military life.
Yeah.
Which children should not go through.
Dude, some adult shouldn't. That shit.
In fact-
Dude, I couldn't go through fucking boot camp. I couldn't handle that
It's
shit.
not really that bad.
Well-
They got laws now, but
Oh yeah, I guess it.
it ain't like
it's
Full
probably
Metal
not-
Jacket. That's
yeah.
for sure. No one's fucking hitting people with soap. That's a bunch of bullshit.
Well, I never expected physical abuse. It's just people in my face fucks with me. It's not even like a badass.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I don't like.
It's not like a badass. I would swing on somebody. I would just live in a life
Yeah.
of discomfort and
Yes,
anxiety.
it's
like,
the idea of someone I have no respect for
exactly.
disrespecting me when I know I could fucking run circles around him, like
And-
verbally destroy his fucking soul
Yeah.
in like 5 minutes.
It's not even like I can't handle it. Like I'll swing on. Like no, I just
Dude, I will talk to
I will
you
get overwhelmed.
like we're on Twitter, motherfucker. You call me off, you say some homophobic shit to me, I will talk to you like we're on Twitter, right to your face.
One night home with her mother. One night. And her mother's finding people that are trashing her, the mother, on these social media platforms.
Fascinating. One night home with her mother. Wow, it's like you found the source of the problem. It's like you figured out that if a parent hits their kid, the kid's going to hit other people. What a rocket scientist, Dr. Phil. Why didn't you send the mother to a camp? Okay.
Her mother tracks them down, backs into who they are, gets their phone numbers, calls them up, yelling into the phone, calling them names and stuff,
She
gets the
means well.
daughter involved.
She means well.
One
My mother
night
would have done that.
Crashes. So they come back for a follow-up, like,
My mother would have done that, but just for my brothers.
I don't know, a month or two later. And when they come, I say, okay, we're going to have them back. They walk out. I have the audience completely empty. I have nobody there to play to. I
That's
mean,
'cause of the
Play
empty
to.
chairs, empty, nobody in the house but me, the mother, and the daughter.
That's a good move.
And they go, "What? Where is everybody?" I said, well, you don't need anybody. We're just here to talk and, keep things.
This manipulative, reframing motherfucker just implied that it was Bhad Bhabie's fault, the 13-year-old girl, that there was an audience there. Did you notice that? He just implied like he had tricked them into not talking in front of an audience. This is what happened. I watched the video again. She shows up. First of all, it's family counseling in front of a studio audience. This is just absolutely absurd to begin with. So she's laughing. Okay? She's laughing at him. She's laughing at the audience. She's laughing at the entire situation because she's 13, and this is just bizarre.
And also, when you're 13 and uncomfortable and maybe kind of scared, laughing is a huge way to
Yeah,
deal
it's a
with
good
that.
defense mechanism.
Yeah.
I even looked at Henry Winkler reacting to it, and he was just the sweetest guy. He's like, this poor girl. You know how Henry Winkler, the Fonz is like, this poor... I would like to take to this girl to real therapy and find out who hurt her. Dr. Phil... The Fonz knows more about therapy than Dr. Phil. So she's laughing, and apparently this gets under Dr. Phil's skin.
Oh, totally.
So Dr. Phil starts insulting the way she talks. That's what started the Cash Me Outside thing. He instigated the audience to attack her by insulting the way she talks. They applauded him when he insulted her. And he didn't admonish the audience. He just ganged up on her. A 13-year-old girl.
Well, he was, like he said, he was playing to it.
He was playing to it. He was blaming her for playing to the crowd.
I know.
But he was the one playing to the... And
that was
by the way,
a Freudian slip.
And by the fucking way, who the fuck does this motherfucker who talks like a Warner Brothers cartoon character has the right to criticize how anybody talks? Like, oh, no. He's like a Warner Brothers character that harasses Daffy Duck. He's like, I'm here from the draft board, Mr. Duck.
He has a very distinct cadence and voice, and he does talk slow with like a southerny accent.
He sounds stupid.
He doesn't sound brilliant. I will say
and
that.
He looks like a high school principal that like murders homeless people to blow off steam.
Plus, with the whole idea of like taking out the audience and all that shit, I wonder how much Dr. Phil had to do with that.
So
how much creative control do you think he has behind this show? Like, I feel like anything he's presented with has to be producers and that kind of thing finding it.
Oh, the whole thing is it's Morton Downey Jr. It's the model of Morton Downey Jr. Morton Downey Jr. invented this kind of television. Also, Robert Downey Jr. should play Morton Downey Jr. in the Morton Downey Jr. story. But, yeah, Morton Downey Jr. turned into Jerry Springer, turned into...
Who's the guy that would throw the chair?
Oh, the guy that got hit by a chair?
No, there would be a guy and he would be like, get off my stage or something like that, and he would just like flip the chair over a little bit.
It's probably Steve, the fucking cop.
It was never like I think it was that. It was never
that guy was
like,
an asshole too.
It was never super like he would like throw a chair like violently, but he would be like, get out of here. Or he had like a catchphrase. I can't remember what it was. And then he would just like flip the chair. It was so fucking corny.
Morton Downey Jr. is the first and the best. But anyways, yeah, and Dr. Phil is just Jerry Springer with doctor in front of his name. And here's the other thing I wanted to say about this, and the other reason I brought this up, is she's speaking at Oxford. Oh, wait, let me finish real quick. When he brought them back, she walked in and there was no audience, and she was like, where your hose at? And then he's like, well, we didn't need him there, just like he said. But then she said, without the hose, you don't have a show. This is this girl is a baller. I'm sorry, dude. This girl's a baller.
Why is it?
She was on David Spade's show. And you didn't see her screaming at the audience about because nobody was attacking her. I'm sorry. Wow.
It's also, very common for a 13-year-old to get defensive.
Yeah, when you start insulting her, or fucking insulting her and making fun of her.
He didn't do anything to try and be like, now give her a chance, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
It was instantly just like, this girl's a bitch.
Yeah.
Everybody treat
her
her like
everybody. Yeah, he's like, look she talks stupid.
Yeah.
She sounds stupid when she talks.
It would have been funny if he even leaned in and was like, why do you talk like a black girl? Or something like that.
Let me tell you something about black people. That's him. That's Dr. Phil on Joe Rogan. I got some opinions about black people, let me tell you. Anyways, so she's speaking at Oxford, and so all these people are fucking insulted by this and going, what has this country turned into? And you're like, dude, well, maybe that's what they're trying to fucking find out. it's amazing to me that this girl who experienced that, then became a giant meme, then managed to turn that meme into fucking $50 million through music and through softcore pornography. From what you tell me, there's no anal.
Yeah, I don't even know if there's like direct like butthole or like, you know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
really,
I remember people were quite disappointed. Whatever.
I don't think she was going to spread her butt
Yeah, I
cheeks
didn't
for the
either.
camera for
I
that.
didn't.
I think that people were just kind of wondering, you know,
After once she like
whether or not those are real.
Once her album came out and you heard that it wasn't like garbage, it was decent at the very least.
I heard a song. I liked it. It was okay.
No, and production value wise, it's good. Yeah, exactly. It's past your time.
It's not Q-Tip.
But like, I mean, especially for like the lane of rap that she was going in, it fits it's solid, and like she turned that, you know, into that. I don't know. I think a lot of people realize that she's just very intelligent.
She should be in demand at every major university. She should be in demand at every major university because there are about 5 or 6 different sociological topics that this person can speak through her personal experience that she could speak to. Like about fame, about fucking therapy, about fucking the child abuse she went through, the fucking porn industry. All of it.
And she's like continued her fame without being like, I don't know if this is
an asshole.
Like, or no, like a public mess. Like
like a public menace.
Terry, like, you know, just like
Kanye.
Catch Me Outside girl found like fucking wasted outside.
She went against type.
Exactly.
She went against type and succeeded.
She did I guess the opposite of turning heel because she started as a heel.
Yeah,
She's
exactly.
Silver Surfer, dude. She started as a villain and then everybody loved her.